Hello, and welcome to this channel. Now, when we talk about what is called either workplace or maybe family or social life harassment, detection and prevention, there are a lot of things that are involved, and some of these things are so much basic that we don't really take them into account. We look at them, we experience them, but we assume them. You see, by the end of the day, it ends up affecting either our performance, it ends up affecting either our delivery, and also maybe we end up missing the real target or the real goal that we have set. Workplace harassment detection and prevention is a one common factor that if you're not careful as a human factor, it can affect your performance, and it's a very source of department, very important source of department that managers, leaders, supervisors is very important to make sure that all people we relate with, even if it is in family level, if it is at workplace, maybe social life skills, the friends, it's very important to detect and prevent this source of harassment so that we can perform. Now, we have a lot of harassment, and when you talk about harassment, I think we are thinking of big magnitude things like somebody has fought you, somebody has abused you, somebody has like for example just interfered with your performance. You call it harassment, abusive kind of what, yeah. Some of these things are so much basic that you have to develop and nurture a better principles that you are supposed to overcome them. Let me talk about three main basic kind of biasness that we face as a source of harassment. So harassment can range from somebody physically injuring you, verbally abusing you, and all that. There is one basic principle what we assume called the biasness. Biasness, or being biased, a supervisor being biased, you a manager being biased in family component where their parent is a biased kind of parent, it is a source of harassment. It is a source of harassment, and it is better to get it earlier and deter it from happening, or stop it, or get a better countermeasure by which you can overcome it. Let me tell you the source of biasness. When you talk about biasness, you are thinking of somebody racism, somebody biased because of age-wise, somebody because of a disabled disability, that kind. Those are also some kind of known kind of biasness. The ones I'm going to talk about, these are very, very simple tactics that people use, but looking at them keenly, they are source of biasness that leads to kind of harassment. They give you tension, they give you pressure, they deter you from doing your best delivery or maybe doing your work properly. Number one type of bias that we assume is what we call affirmity. Affirmity bias, this is where people prefer judgment, people prefer making decision based on what reminds them something. A good example, you go for interview, many of you are qualified, you pass the interview, but one of you is going to be picked with one basic. The manager whenever sees this person, the picture, the appearance, the voice, the kind of argument reminds him or remind her some of the past event. For example, I can employ a lady because whenever I see this lady, I am remembering the lady reminds me of my mother. I married this lady because she talks like my mother. I married this man because the man is so masculine and reminds me of my dead father. You see, we are being biased. We are leaving people who are qualified but choosing other people based on what is called affirmative biasness. Second type of biasness that we assume is what is called confirmation or confirmatory bias. Now, when you talk about confirmatory bias, this is where we are making decisions seeking information that conforms to our pre-existing affirmation, pre-existing beliefs, pre-existing desires. For example, in our culture, we believe that when you are not educated, you don't have that certificate, you are not qualified to do a certain kind of duty. You see, we believe that you have to go to school, you get certified before you are able to do something. But in reality, that is not the aspect of life. Some of us, we are qualified in terms of practical, we don't have the papers. Some of us, we are originally naturally talented, we can do something without going to class and doing it basic principle. But just because you believe in a pre-existing or preconceived mindset that somebody has to go to university before you qualify to do a certain type of job, that one is a form of biasness. And it can harass you, it can give you tension, it can give you pressure. The third one and the last one is what we call the perception bias. This is very simple and it can be clearly seen. Sometimes we overlook at it, but somebody is just making decision based on the groups. I will say that people from certain group, people from certain tribe, people from certain origin, people of a certain group cannot do 1, 2, 3. I had a discussion with one of the manager, and one of the most problem he told me he's facing right now is employing or dealing with Gen Z, Generation Z. Generation Z is a current generation, instant generation that are very intelligent and they are very lazy in the same time. Intelligent and lazy are in the same statement. These are people who don't want to waste time. These are people who, if they want to go to class, they want it to be online. These are the people who want to perform. Just tell them what to do, give them time. Instead of spending over 8 hours duty the way you want, it is something they can do within 4 hours, then they disappear. That is instant. So managing that generation is difficult. So you'll get that some employers who still believe in old model of management, old model of leadership, old model of punishment, you will get that the same model, the same system, the same picture you had on the old people you used to serve 10, 15 years ago, you cannot use the same skills right now. So if you go for employment and one person is a generation alpha, another one generation Z, another one millennium, you will get that, you will get one person preferring the age gap, telling you, I want generation alpha, I want millennium, I want this one, I want this person from this tribe. That one is also a form of bias that can stress you, that can kill you, that can hinder you from developing. So I hope it's very important to detect this type of harassment at workplace, at social meetings, at social gathering, social relationship, at family level, and therefore you develop, you carve, you subtle out the better way by which you can prevent them, you can deter them, or you can reduce their severity. I hope this one helps. Otherwise, enjoy my platform, Facebook and Edomark, TikTok and Edomark, and YouTube, My Class TV. See you next.